SEC can suck my whatever. I'm going to keep it clean. I love you guys. I have nothing to say tonight, but every one of you out there deserve this. Enjoy the freaking hell out of this game. Do not be bashful to scream "No Nation." Let's go. This season is ours.
Let's go, Ralph!
Bama.
Aloha. I love it. Let's hit that applause. Hit that applause button again. I think we got our caller of the night. We're going to start unofficially giving out callers of the night. Like that might get beat, but it's going to be very difficult to beat.
He set the bar pretty high, so you
Ralph,
got to bring it.
Passion. And I got to tell you, my hand still hurts from all the high fives I was getting in the stands. It was just a quarter and a half. I think if I stayed for all 4 quarters, my hand would be gone. Yeah. I wouldn't have it. It would be like the photo in Back to the Future. It'd just be
That's the best thing about doing this all these years, and you meet people like Ralph who are just true. There's people that come on. There's obviously hundreds of thousands of FSU fans, but there's a couple dozen that just absolutely bleed garnet gold, and Ralph is one of those guys, and he's such a good person too, man. We love you, Ralph. Glad you're able to call in. And enjoy this victory. I know you will.
Gene and Ocala, go ahead. Welcome to the program.
Hey, Lizzie, Gene, what's going on?
1-0, Gene, and 1-0.
Gene, let's go.
1-0. Hey, Tom. This is just like whenever you play the red zone. You know, every single rep. That's what they did tonight. Every single rep, every single play. They showed hard. They did the things that they needed to do. It started off being, I just hope that it remains close and respectable, to Tommy eating some W's. What a game. It was awesome. The only thing that I just wanted to ask, what I told Terry was, how high should our expectations be of watching them be able to have these lines of scrimmages pushing forward, not just standing there, not just holding a block, but making a force on these plays, holding that line for Tommy as he was able to stand back there and scan the field. It was just awesome to see those players running around, going downhill, knowing what to do, when to do. Great win for those Noles. It was outstanding meeting you last night in person. Gino, I got to see you soon, baby, because we got to do some kind of toast or something, because this is just
absolutely
one of those things that you just got to sit back, take a couple of swigs, look at each other and take some more swigs and say, how about those Noles? Go Noles. Great. Thank you guys for what you do. And we're 1-0, baby. 1-0.
Thank you, Gene. Stay on the line real quick. Don't hang up. I just want to ask you a question. Did Tommy actually eat W's? Did he actually do that?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He was in the camera, had the W all folded up, and he was eating them on the sideline.
That's right at the end of the
game.
Oh, my goodness. That is fantastic. I'm glad to hear that. Thank you, Gene, for the call. We appreciate it. We look forward to talking to you all season long. I got to tell you, Gene Williams, it was a pleasure meeting Gene last night at Corner Pocket.
I wish I would have met Gene. I met so many great people, but I didn't get a chance to catch up with Gene at Corner Pocket last night. But, man, Tommy brings up a great question, and that's going to be the theme, because you've got 2 warm-up games the next 2 weeks. Next 2 games. It's the expectations, because there were effectively none. We're all like, we don't know. They're going to be better. We don't know how much better. Because the way they play this game, because they were good in the trenches against a team that's notoriously one of the best in college football in the trenches, and because they were so well coached on both sides of the ball, it's hard to put a ceiling on those expectations at this point. We know we've been burned so bad last year, but man, from what we saw on the field, how do you not suddenly say, hey, they're contending for the ACC? They got a real good shot to be a playoff team right now. What we don't know is how bad Alabama is, but sometimes it's not just that. It's we're just looking at Florida State. They're a button-up unit. They were fighting for every play on both sides of the ball. They were in the right positions. It's hard to see this team not being really good throughout the season.
I agree. I think I want to settle on this a little bit more. I'm not trying to be negative. I want to know if Alabama's actually kind of bad, because they look like a bad football team today, like with a lot of talent. But we saw that song and dance towards the end of Jimbo's tenure, where you have a lot of good recruits on campus, but that operation ain't exactly buttoned up. Here's what I think is going to happen as we face better quarterbacks. And that's will probably give up a few more big plays because Simpson missed a couple today. There was a touchdown that he missed on a drive that ended up going for naught because we stopped him on 4th down. Another throw that he missed when he actually had the scramble to the left. I think he would have gotten the first down if he just ran it. But one thing that won't happen, you won't typically find a quarterback like Simpson who will evade about 3.
Oh, there are about 3 or 4 times we had him dead to rights for a huge loss.
Right. So I think that's the trade-off. That he actually is a very good runner, but I was hinting at this. I didn't have the guts to pick Florida State in the upset, so I'm not trying to, again, do that. But I was hinting at this. Grubb, the offensive coordinator, really wants to throw the ball, but Simpson is like a dual threat middling guy. So I don't think that they fit perfectly, and that's what Alabama fans have to
I thought
do.
about it early on. It almost seemed like they abandoned the run early on.
Yeah.
They really got away from that. I was like, you're Alabama, that offensive line. What are you doing?
Next up on the show is one of our great callers. Oh, buddy, I'm glad that you're back in the fold for another year. It's Coach Josh. We won't go with Coach Josh, but it's Josh in Long Island. We're going to Long Island. Josh, welcome to the program.
Tommy, Gino!
What's up, Josh?
We have officially kicked 2024 out of the building. That's what this game was about, kicking 2024 out of the building. Real quick, because Terry told me about the time limit. I listened to Corey yesterday, and it got me fired up because he was like, we can't act like we're Vanderbilt. We're freaking Florida State. It's Goliath versus Goliath. And that's what we played like today. Now, here's my question. Before I ask that question, Alir Malouk's going to have a breakout year. That's my kid. He'll have a breakout year. But anyway, here's a question about the O-line. Now, I think I know the answer, but who is now and going forward the most important lineman that we've gotten out of the transfer portal? I think it's Luke Pettivon.
Yep.
Partly because I've had Maurice for the last couple of years, and I love him as a kid, but I want to know from you guys. Love you guys. 1-0. We are in the building. Peace.
Peace. Thank you so much.
Thanks, buddy. Great call.
Always great to hear from Josh. I think we agree. I think Josh nailed it. It's Luke in the middle of the offensive line. Yeah.
And again, I know we like to crap on ABC, ESPN for a good reason, obviously, but they did call up Pettibone. They recognize how well he played in this game and what he meant to that offense, and they highlighted him at the end of the game. And I was like, that's pretty cool that they actually did that and recognized. First of all, those guys don't get credit, and they picked the right guy and how important he was. So I think it's Pettibone 100%. That's why I say he's in the running for me for the game's MVP.
I agree. I talked about this on the pregame show today that especially with who Alabama was missing, you might actually have a mismatch in Florida State's favor in the middle of the offensive line with Luke Pettibone. That's going to be fun to watch this year to see how that develops. But that was a good get. And, Gene, they weren't going to get him unless Clausen quit. He was going to stay at Wake Forest, but because Clausen quit, because he knew they weren't going to invest and advance their program, he was like, all right, let me see what my options are. That's not the traditional portal route. Usually the kids, take best offers and that kind of stuff. That was not the way that Luke went about it, and now he's here, and good news for Florida State.